Today we have probably two of the biggest games of the series so far. We've just come back from the break for the World Cup and we're on Boxing Day. And in the next two games we host Man City and then we host Liverpool, one after the other. Third and then first. So two huge games today with possible title implications. As always, if you're enjoying the videos, drop a like down below and leave comments if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then please do subscribe and turn notifications on if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos. Two huge matches today, and we're also going to see what happened in the World Cup in Qatar. Did England win it? We'll find out. Welcome back to the channel. My name is a-bomb and welcome back to Football Manager 2022 and the Arsenal save. And yeah, two huge games today with title implications. Man City at home followed by Liverpool at home just after Christmas as well. Last episode we got through our Champions League group as winners with a 1-0 win over Bayern. Isaac got the goal just before the half-hour mark and we won Group E and that allowed us into the round of 16. In theory, giving us an easier tie in the knockout stages. Those draws have been completed and we were drawn with RB Leipzig, the German side. It's going to be a difficult two legs, but I feel like we've got enough about us to win them. We've got the first leg in Germany, the second leg is at home. No highlights package today as we only played one game off camera. It was a home game against Brighton and Hove Albion, and it was the game before our winter breaks. This was at the start of November, and we took a 1-0 lead in the 15th minute. Aubameyang with a close range finish, making it 1-0. It didn't take us too long to find a second as a David Brooks, a through ball, found Aubameyang and he doubled the lead in the 19th minute. 2 goals in 5 minutes for Aubameyang. And then in the 22nd minute, we won a penalty as Tierney was brought down by Almada. And Aubameyang converted the penalty to score a 7-minute hat-trick. There were actually 6 minutes and 52 seconds between all 3 goals. So a hat-trick inside 7 minutes for Aubameyang. And then we did get a 4th goal in the 70th minute. And it was Serginho Dest with a great long-range strike in his first Arsenal goal. And it was 4-0. Of course, though, Brighton had to ruin things for us and deny us a clean sheet. Trossard scored a long-range goal in the 81st minute. It was 4-1. But then with 88 minutes gone, we did manage to score a 5th as Aubameyang put the ball back for Tavares. And then Tavares with the cross, and it found David Brooks for his first Arsenal goal in his first start as well. And it was a 5-1 win. Brighton had possession, had a few shots on target, but ultimately, we were far and away better and got 5. So this is how the table looks. Liverpool are 4 points ahead of us, but they've already played today against Chelsea. They still do have that game in hand. So if we beat Man City and we then beat Liverpool for a moment, we will be top of the table, but we need to win those 2 games. That's going to be tough. So we have just come back from the break for the World Cup, as I mentioned. Let's have a look at what happened, shall we? So England did win the World Cup in Qatar, a 5-0 win in the final against Portugal, 5-0. So England win the World Cup despite being drawn and losing to the hosts. They were second in a group of Austria, Qatar and Nigeria, and they lost 2-1 to Qatar. So the final 4 was England beating Mexico and then Portugal beating Senegal. So Mexico and Senegal, the semi-finalists, and they played out the 3rd place playoff. Australia made it to the final 8, which is a good showing for them. And England knocked out Italy and Spain in the knockout stages. France lost to Senegal, not for the first time. Were there any big casualties in the group? Let's have a look. So we know that Qatar and Nigeria went out. Mali went out. Sweden finished bottom of their group, losing all 3 games. Denmark finished bottom behind Panama. Croatia went out. USA won that group. And the United Arab Emirates got 0. Iran and Honduras, I think unsurprisingly, went out there. France and Cameroon qualifying ahead of Colombia and the Netherlands. There's your group of death. Slovenia and Japan went out of the groups. And then Argentina finished bottom of Group H behind DR Congo and Australia. Mexico winning that group, not losing any of their 3 group games. So some big casualties, some difficult groups in there. I'm looking at Group F. Let's play some football, shall we? Man City at home. Going to be an incredibly difficult match here. Man City have signed Erling Haaland. He's now playing up front. They've still got Goossens from last season. They've signed a wing-back called Porro for the right-hand side, a Spanish sort of wing-back, full-back, who does look very good. So, team news. Guendouzi going to be out today with an illness, so he's not going to be able to play. So, Lucas Torreira will come back into the side. Lokonga is going to be moving at the start of January. He's going to Burnley. I'll show you all those transfers once they're actually finalised. Sula and Benjamin White are back in at centre-back. Gabriel and Saliba actually played against Brighton, and they did well. Didn't really have much to do. We'll go to our strongest midfield, Odegaard and Partey will come back in. I think we'll go back to the 3 up top. We were just giving rests to Isaac and to Barbosa last time. So I think we will revert to this. Isaac actually has turned into a 5-star player for us and is now seen by the game as a world-class player. He's got 16 goals in 14 league games. I don't think you can really argue with that, can you? But we're up for a tough game here against multiple-time champions Man City, Erling Haaland up front. See if we can keep him quiet. We've got a corner here, 3.5 minutes coming up, and it's Odegaard who's taking the corner. And Sula gets onto the header, but it's gone over the bar. Throw in here, Serginho Dest on it. 6th minute of the match. Isaac to Odegaard. And he finds Aubameyang. Good header, just over though. Looks like we are controlling the early portions of the game. Here's Dest to Benjamin White. And he finds Gabriel Barbosa. And here's Aubameyang. And it's blocked by Porro, the new signing. Here is Tierney. Hopefully he's okay. He has had a bit of injury problems this season. And that's a great ball for Isaac. Can he get goal number 17? He can't. It's a good block by Laporte. Tierney, I think we're going to try and get him through half time if we can. And then we can bring on Nuno Tavares. That's a ball for Barbosa from Aubameyang. And that's a good cross. Isaac with a header, but wasn't really troubling Ederson too much. Free kick for City, 5 minutes to go in the first half. And it's Grealish with header on target. Laporte's shot was blocked off the line by Tierney. Really good defending there. Looks like City have sort of taken control of the game. We go in a half-time goalless, and that was an interesting first half. City with a big chance there in the last few minutes. And they did kind of take over. We had a decent sort of start to the game. But City with that big chance there. Maybe should have got a goal from it. Right, I made a couple of little tweaks. Aubameyang was on a winger. He should have been on inside forward. That is an oversight by me. But other than that, haven't looked too different. Hopefully we can start the second half well. We started the first half pretty well. 1 shot on target for us, 2 for City, and they have just about edged the possession. But we're still going in goalless. As long as we don't lose, then we're good. We want to try and stay 3 points clear of them if we can. But a win would be good, as I think Haaland had a header hit the bar there, and Ramsdale managed to hold on to it. We have very much quietened down since the first half hour, but here's Dest on the ball, 63 minutes on the clock. Still looking at Tierney. He is still out there, but he seems okay. He can maybe get through the rest of this game, but then, of course, he would be a doubt for the upcoming Liverpool match. Here's Laporte to Rodrigo, and he's found Raheem Sterling, and Sterling fires it straight at Ramsdale. Grealish to Porro. Goes back to Ruben Diaz. Here's Bernardo Silva. And Grealish to Haaland. And this is good play by Man City. Sterling! Oh, he put it wide. Ramsdale did come out. Come on, can we get through this? We've really quietened down and really haven't created too much recently. I think we might need to change things up. And it's another corner for Man City. We've made 2 changes. And that ball was headed away by Sula. Here's Grealish. Oh, Haaland with a header, and it's 1-0. It's the 21st already for Erling Haaland. He must be top scorer in the league. 74 minutes gone. City finally break the deadlock, and you feel like there's a goal coming in this game, and it's the away side, Man City, that get it. Grealish with the ball. He puts the ball in there, and Haaland gets to the header first at the near post. 1-0 City. I think we will make some subs. We haven't really looked at our best today. Barbosa has been very, very quiet. So Aubameyang is going to go up alongside Isaac. We're going to bring on Bukayo Saka. Torreira is going to come off. Granit Xhaka is going to come on. So a double change there. Can we get a goal in this game? Let's go attacking. Let's see what we can do. We've been very, very quiet in the second half. We haven't been at our best today. Decent start to the game, but we really haven't offered too much since then. 5 minutes to go for us to maybe try and snatch a point here and stay 3 points clear of Man City. Stones with a simple header forward there, and it's Grealish to Bernardo Silva. And City will look for a second goal now to try and put this to bed. Porro's got lots of space out wide here. Goes back to Grealish. Grealish goes for goal, and that's going to be the end of that. Foden's come on for him. Let's just chuck another striker on up there. Martinelli can come on. See if he can do something and maybe snatch a point here. No, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. We've got 30 seconds left. Maybe one more roll of the dice here with Saka on the ball. He goes back to Tierney, who has managed to get through the game, thankfully. But we're running out of time here. There might be a chance here, though. Desta's got lots of space here at wing-back. He's got to put this cross in. It's got to be good. Martinelli almost got it for us. But it was a great save by Ederson. And I think this corner is going to be our very last chance. Odegaard's got to be a good one from Odegaard. It wasn't bad, but Laporte heads it away, and I think that will be full time. Martinelli with a huge chance at the end of the game there to snatch a point for us, but it wasn't to be. A decent start to the game, but we did very much drop off, as you can see. Man City had that big chance late in the first half and then sort of kept things going and dominated the second half, and we really didn't create too much in that second period. Tierney's only going to be out for a couple of days with a tight calf, so he'll be back in no time. And that brings to an end an 11-match unbeaten run. The last time we lost in a competitive match was the London derby against Tottenham. There you see, we had an okay start. Didn't really pull up many trees though. Man City dominated the sort of second quarter of the game, and then the second half was very, very quiet other than Man City's goal. So there's confirmation that Albert Sambi Lokonga has joined Burnley alongside goalkeeper Marcus Bettinelli. We've got £11.75 million for him, which is a bit of a loss on what was paid, which was just under 17 million. But he didn't really improve the Arsenal squad, did he? He played a few games for us. He wasn't terrible, but, you know, definitely a player that I think, you know, we can definitely do better than. And he's gone to Burnley, £11.75 million for him. When the board are generous enough to give us some extra wage budget, we now have £375,000 available. Plus, they've just given us some more transfer budget. We're now at £34 million. So we can definitely buy some good players with that. And we're still in need of that right winger that I want. You know, David Brooks is out there, but I feel like we need a really, really good right winger if we can get one. And for this, I think we can. I think we can go out there and get a damn good player for that right wing. So the transfer window has started up once again. You've seen that we've sold Lokonga, Nicola Pepe. I'm going to try and offload in this window as well. And we're going to try and get a right winger in, and then maybe another centre-back, because we're a bit lacking in central defence. But we have already finalised a new signing, and it's Billy Gilmour from Chelsea. He's moved across London. The 21-year-old Scottish midfielder joined us on a 4-year deal. He was transfer listed by Chelsea because he wasn't getting enough games for them. He's only played 4 matches. We've gone in, we bought him for £16.5 million. And for a promising player like this, I think that's a really, really good fee. Brilliant passing, brilliant first touch and technique. His vision's amazing. His composure's amazing. His anticipation's good. Physically, could do a bit better, but I really like the look of him. And at 21, still got plenty of room to grow as well. Of course, he spent the season on loan at Norwich and just hasn't managed to get games for Chelsea since coming back. We're going to try and give him those games that he wants because I think he's a very, very talented midfielder. Okay, we are on the day of the Liverpool match. Hopefully, we can avenge the losses we've had so far. We've lost to them 3 times, 2 in the league and 1 in the Carabao Cup. Hopefully, we can get something here. If we do, we will go a point behind them and maybe extend the lead over Man City and get that lead back, because Man City are away against Leeds United. All right, what do we want to do for this game then? Do we have Guendouzi back? No, we do not. Billy Gilmour could play, but he's just joined us. I want to get him some training sessions before he actually starts playing for us. All right, a couple of changes. Xhaka is in for Partey. Tomiyasu is in for Dest. Also, I'm going to replace Barbosa with Saka and make that change, because Barbosa had a very, very quiet game last time. Hopefully Aubameyang can do a little bit better. Xhaka needs to find some form. He hasn't really played too well this season, but he's playing slightly differently today. Playing as that ball-winning midfielder. Torreira going to sort of push a bit further up the pitch than he's used to. So a couple of little tactical changes or positional changes. Hopefully they actually come off. We've got a possible chance here with a minute played. Saka got the ball. Here's Odegaard, and he's been brought down. Is that going to be a penalty? Who was that committed that? It was Salah. Salah brought down Odegaard, and we might get a penalty here. The referee is checking in his ear. What's VAR going to give here? It's going to give a penalty inside 2 minutes. Aubameyang's taking this. I think Barbosa would usually, but Aubameyang's a good penalty taker. Isaac's a good penalty taker. Can Aubameyang make it 1-0 here inside 2 minutes? He's hit the post. He's hit the woodwork. Come on. Okay, Tomiyasu with a throw to Isaac. 17 minutes coming up on the clock, but Isaac's lost the ball, but he's managed to get it back again. Aubameyang. And that's a great ball for Saka. Can Saka finish it off? No, he can't. It was a good defending by Alexander-Arnold. He kicks the ball at Salah, and he goes for a corner. Alexander-Arnold right on the touchline. Ravella. Tierney should get to that. Oh, that's a terrible touch, Tierney. Sula had it covered there, but Tierney needs to be doing better than that. Aubameyang again. I mean, Aubameyang seems to be afraid to cross. Lots of people do. It's frustrating. The fullbacks and the wingbacks like doing it, but if you've got Saka up there, he just doesn't cross. Here's Odegaard. That's a good ball for Lucas Torreira. That's a really good strike, but it was just off target. Man City are 1-0 down against Leeds as well. That's big. Odegaard with a corner here. Less than 2 minutes off the first half to go. Torreira. Sula! Good save by Alisson. Half-time, 0-0. It's been a close first half. We've had the possession though. Just a bit frustrated that Aubameyang missed the penalty. Right, I'm going to go for that media team talk again. Going to go straight into the second half. Liverpool have made a change. Keita's on for Henderson. Just want to see a little bit more from these guys. Aubameyang really, again, hasn't had that much to do up top. And Xhaka has really not had much of an impact either, which is a bit frustrating. Going to get Xhaka off. He really hasn't done too much. So Torreira's going to come back in at defensive midfield. I think we'll go Ceballos alongside Odegaard. I quite like that. And we're going to move Saka to the right and put Aubameyang on the left wing and go with a more traditional front three. Liverpool have made all three changes. Jota and Saelemaekers are on. But we're really not seeing too much in terms of creativity here. 77th minute. Liverpool with the ball from a throw. Here's Salah. And Odegaard wins the ball there. Good interception. Wasn't a great pass by Salah though. Kieran Tierney goes back to Ramsdale. The ball does not find a red shirt. Just finds Fabinho in the yellow. Here's Ravella. Saelemaekers is on from the bench. Jota! Good block by Sula. But Liverpool with another corner. We need to start creating chances for ourselves because we're just going to end up conceding before long. But that was headed away again by Sula. Here's Salah. 77 minutes gone. Tierney is tired, but we're going to try and keep him out there if we can. Don't really want to make a second change just yet. It's been a frustrating game, this one. We need a goal. I don't really want to go, this whole video and not score. That would be disappointing. Sula to Odegaard. Isaac. Ceballos. This could be the chance. Danny Ceballos. Oh, just not a great effort. Alisson equal to it. Saka has had a poor game. Aubameyang has had a poor game. It's just not been very good. Let's bring on David Brooks. He scored against Brighton. Let's see what he can do. I'm going to put Aubameyang back up front again. I'm just really messing around with this tactic at the moment. Tierney's tired, but I'm going to keep him out there if we can. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Odegaard really hasn't had much to offer today either. Let's try and make him a bit more attacking. In fact, let's get Aubameyang off. Let's bring on Gabriel Barbosa. 3 changes made. Last 10 minutes. What can we do? And we're having a bit of momentum late on here. It's Odegaard. It's Lucas Torreira. It's Isaac! Is it onside? Ref. Have we just scored in the 88th minute? It looked good to me. I think it's onside, but we're just going to check VAR. It looked good to me. It looked good to me. We've risen to second. It's been given. It's 1-0 Arsenal. We might beat Liverpool for the first time in the save. Torreira with the ball back to... Was it Isaac? I don't know who it was. There's Isaac. I don't know who that was. That's Tierney. But Isaac gets the goal in the 88th minute. Let's go back to balance. Can we hold on now? I really hope we can. I'm not going to change anything, I don't think. We're just going to try and hold on for those 4 minutes of injury time if we can. Oh, that is not what we want. We've got to play 2 minutes of stoppage time with 10 men. And he's not long come on either. Hopefully that's not a serious injury. Oh dear, right. We've got to go very defensive, I think. We're down to 10 men. Right, I've really brought things back now. We're going to go defensive and try and hold on for 2 minutes here with these 3 points. I mean, the stoppage time has elapsed. We're looking good. It looks like we're going to win this 1-0 as long as we can hold on to the ball. But I feel like there's going to be a lot more stoppages because of that injury. I think we might go 95, 96 minutes here. But it's Isaac on the ball here. He's going to have to hold it up, though. He's all by himself. He goes back to Ceballos. And here's Brooks. Isaac now making his way into the box. And Brooks brought down on the edge of the box. Nothing's going to be given. It's Ceballos. It's Brooks. Just hold on to the ball. Just keep the ball. Keep it in that corner. But he's lost it to Keita. And it's Salah. A switch for Saelemaekers. But it's full time. It's Arsenal 1. Liverpool 0. It's a huge 3 points. And that has those title implications. Aubameyang missed the penalty inside 2 minutes. But Isaac with a goal 2 minutes from time. We had to play a couple of minutes with 10 men because of Barbosa's injury. But yeah, what a 3 points that is. You can see there the chance from the Barbosa penalty, which he really should have got on target. But Liverpool really not up their best today. We stay level on points with Man City. They came from behind to win 3-1 against Leeds. But we're now 1 point behind Liverpool. They do have a game in hand, but we are just 1 point behind them now. Once again, we lost to Man City, but we'll be turning it around. We got the win against the Reds. Okay, so looking at what we have coming up then, we've got Wolves in the FA Cup third round, then we've got Watford at home in the EFL Cup. Then we have Bournemouth, West Ham, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace and Newcastle in the league. That's a nice run of fixtures. We've got 10th, 15th, 6th, 20th and 18th. I like that. I don't think it's going to be quite 12-0, but let's face Crystal Palace next episode, and then after that we'll jump ahead to RB Leipzig and that away game. But anyway guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, then drop a like down below and leave comments. They are the best ways to support the channel, and if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then do subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss an upload. Big win against Liverpool there at home to go a point behind them. They do still have that game in hand, but we are really mixing it in with those title contenders, with Liverpool and Man City. And I think we're definitely going to be in for an interesting second half of the season if we can stay on form and stay in that title picture. But anyway guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.